Hey guys, what is up, and I welcome you to a new episode of League of Myths. Make sure to once again stay tuned to the very end for another giveaway from Phoenix. But on to the first myth. With Twitch's E having a new particle effect, does this now mean that Yasuo's Windwall can block the spell? If you are unaware, Twitch's new visual update now has his E ability shoot a particle effect at each target that he uses it on. But now testing it with Yasuo's Windwall, which does block projectiles going through it, you can see that as Twitch does use his E, the particle effect simply shoots right through the wall and hits Yasuo. The next myth that is submitted by Noah, and a myth that a lot of people seem to always ask: if Thresh Qs Nocturne, Nocturne uses his ultimate, and then Thresh uses the second part of his Q, will he follow Nocturne? Naturally, for this myth, there are 3 test case scenarios, one of each rank of ultimate. In the first example, at the first rank of his ultimate, I use the Q on him, the stun effect finishes, he dashes to the Janna, and I follow him all the way there. In the second test case scenario, now Nocturne is 15 and his ultimate is level 2. I use the same testing principles. Hook him, the stun finishes, he uses the ultimate onto the Janna, but you can see that I fall just shy of following him all the way. And in the final test case scenario, now he's level 17, rank 3 ultimate, again I hook him, the stun finishes, he ults the Janna, and I simply follow him only about half of the maximum range. So what we can conclude is the fact that Thresh will follow Nocturne, but only so far. On to the next myth. If Nasus with Hydra uses the Q on the full wave and gets more than 1 kill thanks to the effect from the Hydra, will all of the kills count for the Q or just 1? For this myth, I decided to have 2 test case scenarios, one with Tiamat and the second with Hydra, and as you can see, as I get them very low, I use the Q, kill one of the minions, the second one dies from the Tiamat's AoE, but I only get stacks from the first one. And naturally, the exact same thing does apply if you activate it with Hydra. On to the next myth. If Syndra W's a minion and takes Thresh Lantern, will she drop the minion or will she continue to hold on to it? So this myth naturally is quite straightforward. Thresh throws his lantern to me, I grab a minion, take it, and as you can see, the minion is still being held by Syndra's W. And the final myth of this episode, somewhat similar to the first one, if Syndra pulls a minion to another lane with her W, will it push that lane instead or will it go back to its original lane right away? So for this myth, we first decided to test it with a cannon minion. We took one from the middle lane, I grabbed it with Syndra's W, and I simply just kept pulling him down until he got to bottom lane. And what happens is, the cannon minion will continue to attack anything that it sees, and once it has nothing else to target within that lane that is within its range, it will begin to make its way back to its original lane. And then just to make sure that the minions are programmed the same, we tried it with just a regular minion, pulling it all the way from bottom lane this time to middle lane. Once it got to the middle lane, it began to attack anything that it can see in its sight. However, once nothing was left, it began to make its way back to its lane. And you can see as I fast forwarded, this minion takes a very interesting path and goes all the way around, pretty much taking the safe route back to its lane. So we can conclude that the minion will attack anything that it can in the new lane when you drag it there. However, once there is nothing left to attack, it will begin its way back to its original lane. Alright guys, that does mark the end of this episode of League of Myths. Please don't forget to like the video if you did enjoy it, and you can also tweet your own myths at RedMercyLOL, post on my Facebook fan page, or right down below under this video. But on to the Phoenix giveaway. I first want to congratulate Grace and Gordon for winning the previous episode's giveaway. For this episode, I will be giving away to you guys a Phoenix Attore, which is their keyboard. And to enter, all you have to do is like the video, like myself and Phoenix on Twitter, and then simply have a tweet at myself and at Phoenix saying why you want to win, but make sure to use the hashtag PhoenixRedMercy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and good luck to everyone entering the giveaway. Peace.